In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and disconnected from ourselves. But what if ancient Buddhist teachings could help us find peace and gratitude in the present moment? How do Buddhist monks maintain inner peace and mindfulness in their daily lives, and what can we learn from them to practice gratitude every day? In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful practices inspired by Buddhist meditation and teachings that can help you bring more mindfulness and gratitude into your life. Whether you're looking to calm your mind, feel more connected, or simply be more present, these lessons offer practical steps to transform your mindset. Let's dive in. 1. Buddhist meditation fundamentals. Meditation is at the heart of Buddhist practice, and it's where mindfulness truly begins. By learning to focus the mind and be fully present, we can tap into the clarity and peace that Buddhist monks experience during meditation. In this section, we'll explore key meditation techniques and how they can be applied in our everyday lives to cultivate gratitude and mindfulness. One of the simplest yet most profound forms of meditation in Buddhism is anapanasati, or breath-focused meditation. In this practice, the breath becomes the anchor for your awareness. The idea is simple: you breathe in, knowing you are breathing in, and breathe out, knowing you are breathing out. This brings a sense of grounding that's hard to find in the busyness of modern life. It's normal for your mind to wander, especially if you're new to meditation. But each time that happens, you gently guide your focus back to the breath. Over time, you'll find that this practice creates a greater sense of calm and focus in your daily life. Even a short session of 5 minutes can have a noticeable effect on your state of mind. For beginners, this might feel like a challenge. Restlessness, impatience, or boredom may arise. That's perfectly normal. In fact, encountering these distractions is part of the process. Buddhist monks emphasize that the real growth in meditation happens when we notice our distractions and come back to our breath without judgment. Mindfulness, or sati in Pali, is another core concept in Buddhist meditation. It's the practice of being fully aware of the present moment, observing your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations as they arise without getting caught up in them. In meditation, mindfulness helps us notice when our mind drifts and gently brings our attention back to the present. But mindfulness is not confined to meditation alone. It's a practice we can cultivate throughout the day. Imagine walking through a park, fully aware of the sound of the wind in the trees, the sensation of your feet touching the ground, or the rhythm of your breath. This is mindfulness in action. By practicing mindfulness both on and off the meditation cushion, we learn to be more present, less reactive, and more engaged with the world around us. We train ourselves to notice even the smallest details in life that we might otherwise overlook in the rush of modern living, details that can inspire deep gratitude. Once you've established a regular meditation practice, the next step is learning to bring that sense of calm and presence into everyday activities. Buddhist teachings encourage us to apply mindfulness to even the most mundane tasks. Whether you're washing the dishes, commuting, or preparing a meal, these moments can become opportunities to practice mindfulness. For example, when you wash the dishes, instead of letting your mind race to the next task or daydream, bring your full awareness to the process. Feel the warmth of the water, notice the texture of the soap bubbles, and stay fully present in the act of cleaning. This is how Buddhist practitioners turn routine activities into a form of meditation. The beauty of this approach is that it requires no extra time, just a shift in your awareness. Through this, everyday moments that might seem insignificant or even tedious are transformed into opportunities for mindfulness and gratitude. At its core, Buddhist meditation is about training the mind to stay present. And this presence is essential for practicing gratitude. When we are mindful, we become more aware of the beauty that surrounds us, the warmth of sunlight, the fragrance of flowers, the simple joy of a quiet moment. We stop taking things for granted and start to notice the small wonders that life offers. Meditation helps us detach from distractions that pull us away from gratitude. When we are consumed by thoughts of the past or worries about the future, we lose sight of the present moment. But when we practice meditation, we cultivate a deeper awareness that allows us to see and appreciate what's here, now. A common teaching in Buddhism is that happiness comes not from having more, but from appreciating what we already have. Meditation helps to foster this sense of appreciation, guiding us back to the present moment where true contentment resides. As you continue to meditate and practice mindfulness, you'll notice how these habits bring more clarity, calm, and gratitude into your life. Over time, you'll find that it's not just about the time you spend in meditation but how you carry that mindfulness into every moment of your day. 2. Gratitude in Buddhist teachings. Gratitude holds a special place within Buddhist philosophy, but it's often intertwined with other core concepts such as mindfulness and impermanence. In Buddhism, gratitude isn't just about being thankful for what we have, it's about embracing a deeper appreciation of life's fleeting nature and interconnectedness. One of the most significant teachings in Buddhism is the principle of anicca, or impermanence. According to this belief, everything in life is temporary, our possessions, relationships, and even our emotions are constantly changing. Rather than resisting this fact, Buddhists embrace impermanence as a natural part of existence. Understanding impermanence helps cultivate gratitude by reminding us that nothing lasts forever. We are encouraged to appreciate each moment for what it is, knowing that it won't last. When we grasp the fleeting nature of life, we stop taking things for granted. This perspective allows us to savor the small joys that each day brings, a warm conversation, the laughter of a friend, or even the taste of a meal. Many Buddhist monks reflect daily on impermanence as a way to deepen their gratitude. They acknowledge that their time on this earth is limited and that every experience, no matter how small, is an opportunity for growth and reflection. This practice of appreciating impermanence can be integrated into our daily lives, helping us become more mindful of the beauty in each passing moment. Gratitude in Buddhism goes hand in hand with mindfulness. When we are fully present, we are able to see and appreciate the richness of the current moment. A quiet walk in nature, the aroma of morning tea, or the sound of rain on the roof, all of these experiences become sources of gratitude when we focus our awareness on them. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to miss these simple pleasures. But Buddhist teachings remind us to slow down and engage fully with our surroundings. This mindful engagement fosters a deep sense of appreciation for the world around us, transforming mundane moments into opportunities for gratitude. A simple practice is to begin or end your day by acknowledging 3 things you are grateful for. This could be as simple as the sun shining through your window, the support of a loved one, or the food on your table. By making this a daily ritual, you train your mind to seek out the good in each day, no matter how ordinary it may seem. Another profound teaching in Buddhism is the concept of interconnectedness, which states that all things in life are connected and interdependent. Nothing exists in isolation. Recognizing this truth helps cultivate gratitude for the countless people, beings, and elements that contribute to our well-being. Take, for example, the food you eat. On the surface, it may seem like a simple meal, but when you reflect on it, you realize how many individuals and natural forces were involved in bringing it to your plate. The farmer who grew the vegetables, the sun and rain that nourished the crops, the people who transported and prepared the food, all of these factors worked together to provide your meal. In Buddhism, this reflection on interconnectedness deepens our gratitude. We become more aware of how much we depend on others and the world around us. This understanding encourages us to express gratitude not just for the things we receive, but also for the efforts and energies that made those things possible. Incorporating gratitude into our daily lives doesn't require grand gestures or material possessions. Instead, Buddhist teachings emphasize that gratitude is an attitude, a way of seeing the world. It's about being thankful for what we have in the present moment and recognizing the transient nature of life. Gratitude isn't just a practice for feeling good, it's a way to bring mindfulness and balance into your life. When we practice gratitude regularly, we shift our focus from what's lacking to what's present. This shift can have profound effects on our emotional well-being, helping us navigate life's ups and downs with more resilience and peace. In Buddhism, gratitude is also seen as a way to develop humility and compassion. By acknowledging the efforts of others and the fleeting nature of life, we become more aware of how much we depend on the world around us. This awareness nurtures kindness and compassion, both for ourselves and for others. 3. Mindfulness in everyday life. Mindfulness is often thought of as something practiced during meditation, but one of its greatest strengths is that it can be applied to any part of life. In Buddhist teachings, mindfulness is not confined to moments of stillness, it's meant to be lived. The practice of mindfulness in everyday activities allows us to stay present, reduce stress, and bring deeper awareness into all aspects of our lives. At its core, mindfulness is about being fully present in each moment. It's the practice of giving your complete attention to whatever you're doing, whether it's something as simple as brushing your teeth or as complex as engaging in a deep conversation. By being mindful, we slow down our often scattered thoughts and focus on the here and now. In our modern world, it's easy to become lost in distractions. We're constantly multitasking, with our minds darting from one thought to the next. Mindfulness offers an antidote to this overwhelming pace, encouraging us to pause and engage with the present moment. When we do this, we can experience life more vividly, whether that's the sensation of water on our skin during a shower or the warmth of sunlight on a morning walk. Mindfulness isn't just about paying attention to external experiences, it's also about noticing what's happening inside us. By becoming aware of our thoughts and emotions as they arise, we can respond to them with greater wisdom and less reactivity. In daily life, emotions can come and go quickly. Anger, frustration, joy, or sadness might flash by before we even realize what we're feeling. Mindfulness teaches us to pause and observe these emotions without judgment. Instead of reacting impulsively, we learn to take a step back, recognize what's happening, and respond more thoughtfully. This practice can help reduce stress, improve mental clarity, and promote a sense of balance in our emotional lives. For example, when you find yourself feeling frustrated during a stressful situation, mindfulness allows you to notice the frustration as it arises. Instead of immediately reacting with anger or irritation, you can observe the feeling, breathe, and choose a more measured response. This can make a significant difference in how you navigate conflict, handle challenges, and communicate with others. Practical ways to practice mindfulness in everyday activities. You don't need to set aside special time for mindfulness. You can bring it into your daily routines, turning even the most mundane tasks into opportunities for greater awareness and presence. Here are a few practical ways to incorporate mindfulness into your day. Mindful eating. Eating is something we all do, but how often do we eat mindfully? It's easy to rush through meals, distracted by conversations, screens or thoughts. However, mindful eating encourages us to slow down, savor each bite, and fully engage with the experience of eating. To practice mindful eating, start by turning off any distractions. Sit down with your meal, take a deep breath, and pay attention to the colors, textures, and aromas of the food in front of you. As you take each bite, notice the flavors and how the food feels in your mouth. Chew slowly and mindfully, appreciating the nourishment it provides. This practice not only enhances your enjoyment of food, but also helps you develop a deeper sense of gratitude for the effort behind the meal. Mindful walking. Walking is another everyday activity that can be transformed into a mindfulness practice. Instead of walking with your mind racing ahead to the next task, try focusing entirely on the experience of walking. Pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, and the sounds of your surroundings. Mindful walking can be especially calming when done in nature. Whether you're walking through a park or just down a quiet street, taking time to notice the natural world around you, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, or the warmth of sunlight, can help you feel more grounded and present. Mindful listening. In our conversations, it's easy to become distracted, thinking about what we're going to say next instead of truly listening to the person in front of us. Mindful listening is the practice of giving someone your full attention, without judgment or the need to respond immediately. When practicing mindful listening, focus on the speaker's words, tone, and body language. Avoid interrupting or jumping to conclusions. By listening fully, not only do you become more present in the conversation, but you also strengthen your relationships, as people feel heard and respected. Mindful breathing. Breathing is something we do every second, but we rarely give it much attention. Mindful breathing is a simple and powerful way to anchor yourself in the present moment, especially during times of stress or anxiety. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, pause and take a few deep breaths. Focus entirely on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. You can practice this anywhere, while sitting at your desk, waiting in line, or even during a meeting. By focusing on your breath, you create a moment of calm in the middle of a busy day. Mindfulness doesn't just benefit your internal well-being, it also improves your relationships with others. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to the needs and feelings of the people around us. We communicate more clearly, listen more deeply, and are better able to respond with compassion and understanding. For example, in a disagreement with a loved one, mindfulness can help you notice your emotions and prevent you from reacting in ways you might regret. By taking a moment to breathe and reflect, you can approach the conversation with a calmer, more open mindset. This can lead to healthier, more productive communication and deeper emotional connections. Over time, practicing mindfulness in everyday life can lead to profound changes in how you experience the world. By bringing your attention back to the present moment, you'll find yourself more engaged with life, less stressed by distractions, and more appreciative of the small, often overlooked moments. Mindfulness helps to reduce feelings of anxiety and worry, as your focus shifts from ruminating on the past or fearing the future to simply being in the now. It also cultivates patience, empathy, and resilience, helping you navigate the challenges of life with a clearer and more centered mind. By integrating mindfulness into your daily routine, you create a foundation for a more peaceful and fulfilling life. The beauty of mindfulness is that it doesn't require any special tools or settings, just a willingness to be present and pay attention. As you practice, you'll find that even the simplest moments of your day become opportunities for greater awareness, gratitude, and joy. 4. Letting go of attachments. In Buddhism, one of the central teachings is that attachment leads to suffering. This concept, known as upadana, clinging, teaches that when we become too attached to material possessions, people, or even outcomes, we set ourselves up for disappointment and pain. Learning to let go of these attachments is key to cultivating lasting peace, mindfulness, and gratitude. Attachment occurs when we cling to things as if they will last forever, whether it's a cherished object, a relationship, or even a particular goal. The problem arises when these things inevitably change or disappear, because, as we've already explored, impermanence is a part of life. When we hold on too tightly to anything, we create suffering for ourselves, because we're resisting the natural flow of life. For example, we might become attached to a job title, a certain level of success, or a particular lifestyle. When circumstances change, like losing that job or experiencing a life setback, it can feel like the world is falling apart. The emotional pain that comes from losing something we're attached to is often deeper than the actual event itself. In relationships, attachment can manifest as possessiveness or dependency, which can harm both partners. Instead of appreciating the relationship, for what it is in the present moment. Attachment leads us to fear losing the other person or wanting to control the outcome, which often causes tension and stress. Non-attachment doesn't mean we stop caring or that we shouldn't enjoy life's pleasures. Instead, it's about shifting our mindset to recognize that everything is temporary and that clinging to things doesn't make them last longer, it only creates more suffering. By embracing non-attachment, we open ourselves to greater inner freedom and peace. In Buddhism, non-attachment is a pathway to liberation. It doesn't mean giving up on life or avoiding relationships, but rather, it encourages us to appreciate things without becoming overly dependent on them for our happiness. We learn to enjoy life's moments fully while accepting that they are impermanent. This shift in mindset leads to a lighter, more peaceful way of living. Practical exercises for letting go of attachments. Here are a few simple exercises to help you practice letting go of attachments in your daily life. Practice mindful observation. The next time you feel yourself becoming overly attached to an outcome or possession, pause and observe your emotions. Ask yourself, why am I so invested in this? And what would happen if things didn't go as I hoped? By reflecting on these questions, you begin to see how much control you're giving to external things. Once you become aware of your attachment, you can start to let go of the need for things to be a certain way. Focus on impermanence. Remind yourself of the impermanent nature of everything. When you find yourself clinging to an object or relationship, remember that nothing in life is permanent. This reminder helps you appreciate the present moment without becoming overly attached. This practice of recognizing impermanence can be very grounding, especially when we face loss or change. Let go of control. One of the biggest sources of attachment is the need to control situations or outcomes. Try releasing the need to control everything. Start small. For instance, if you're attached to how a certain meeting or project will turn out, practice letting go of the need for it to go perfectly. Instead, focus on doing your best in the present moment, knowing that the outcome is beyond your control. Declutter your space. Physical attachment to objects can also be a reflection of deeper emotional clinging. A good way to practice non-attachment is by decluttering your space. Choose a few items that you've held onto for a long time but no longer need. As you let go of these items, observe your emotional response. Notice if any resistance arises, and remind yourself that your happiness doesn't depend on holding on to these things. The joy of letting go. Letting go of attachments isn't about giving up or being indifferent, it's about freeing yourself from the burden of needing things to be a certain way in order to feel happy. When we release attachment, we open up space for more joy, peace, and gratitude in our lives. We stop living in fear of loss and instead appreciate each moment for what it is, knowing that we can still find fulfillment, even when things change. 5. Cultivating compassion and loving kindness. Compassion and loving kindness, known as metta in Buddhist teachings, are central to cultivating a life filled with gratitude, mindfulness, and inner peace. Metta meditation is a practice that helps us develop unconditional love and kindness for ourselves and others. Through this meditation, we extend feelings of goodwill, first to ourselves and then to all beings, regardless of whether they are close to us or even people we may have conflicts with. The concept of metta. In Pali, the word metta means benevolence, loving kindness, and friendliness. It is one of the 4 Brahma Viharas, or divine abodes, in Buddhism, which represent ideal qualities of mind and heart. Metta meditation is a practice that softens the heart and expands our capacity to love and be compassionate. It also helps to dissolve feelings of anger, resentment, or judgment, allowing us to approach others, and ourselves, with greater empathy and understanding. When we practice metta, we generate a feeling of warmth and kindness toward ourselves, those we love, neutral people, and even those we may struggle with. This act of extending compassion to all beings fosters a sense of interconnectedness, reinforcing the idea that we are not isolated individuals but part of a greater whole. The benefits of metta meditation. Practicing metta meditation has both psychological and emotional benefits. By focusing on positive emotions, we gradually reduce negative feelings like anger, frustration, and jealousy. This practice promotes emotional healing, helps us let go of grudges, and encourages forgiveness, both for ourselves and others. Metta meditation is also deeply connected to gratitude. When we cultivate compassion for ourselves and others, we begin to appreciate the shared human experience, understanding that everyone is on their own journey and faces their own struggles. This awareness fosters a sense of empathy and gratitude for the connections we share with others, no matter how different our lives may seem. In addition to these emotional benefits, metta meditation can also reduce stress and anxiety, as it trains the mind to focus on positive feelings rather than dwelling on fears or worries. Over time, the practice can lead to more peaceful, balanced relationships and an overall sense of well-being. Integrating metta into daily life. The beauty of metta meditation is that it doesn't need to remain confined to formal meditation sessions. You can integrate it into your daily life by silently wishing well for people as you go about your day. Whether you're standing in line at the grocery store or sitting in traffic, take a moment to silently extend loving kindness to those around you. Metta meditation can also be a helpful practice when you're feeling frustrated or upset with someone. Instead of reacting with anger, take a moment to silently wish them well. This shift in mindset can help diffuse tension and bring a sense of peace to difficult situations. 6. Practicing patience. In a world where everything seems to move at a fast pace, practicing patience can feel like an uphill battle. Yet in Buddhist teachings, patience is seen as a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness, gratitude, and inner peace. Patience allows us to slow down, accept life as it unfolds, and respond with a calm and centered mind, rather than reacting impulsively out of frustration or anger. In Buddhism, patience is more than just waiting for something to happen, it's an active practice of mindfulness. When we cultivate patience, we are fully present in the moment, accepting things as they are without rushing to change them. This mindset not only helps us navigate challenging situations but also fosters a deeper sense of gratitude for the present. For example, when we face delays or obstacles, we often feel frustrated because things aren't going according to our plans. However, by practicing patience, we can shift our focus from wanting to control the situation to simply being in it. This shift allows us to appreciate what is happening in the moment, even if it's not what we originally expected. It's a way of letting go of our attachment to outcomes and embracing the present with acceptance. Patience also plays a key role in cultivating gratitude. When we are impatient, we tend to focus on what we don't have or what's not going our way. In contrast, patience allows us to pause and recognize the good in our current situation, even when things aren't perfect. For instance, waiting in line can be an opportunity to practice mindfulness and reflect on what we're grateful for. Instead of becoming irritated by the wait, we can take a few deep breaths and appreciate the time to pause. This simple shift in mindset can help us see even moments of delay as gifts, rather than inconveniences. By slowing down and being patient, we also become more aware of the small, everyday blessings that we might otherwise overlook. Whether it's a moment of silence in the middle of a busy day or the kindness of a stranger, patience opens the door to a deeper appreciation for life's little gifts. Over time, practicing patience can transform the way you experience life. When you cultivate patience, you begin to move through the world with more ease and less stress. You become less reactive, more mindful, and better able to handle challenges without being overwhelmed by frustration or anger. Patience also deepens your sense of gratitude and mindfulness. It allows you to slow down and savor the present moment, rather than constantly striving for the next thing. In doing so, you create more space for peace, joy, and appreciation in your life. 7. Mindful eating and gratitude for food. Eating is an essential part of our daily lives, but how often do we truly pay attention to the experience of eating? In Buddhist practice, mindful eating is a way to bring full awareness to every bite, savoring the food, and appreciating the effort behind it. By turning mealtime into a mindfulness practice, we can foster a deeper sense of gratitude for the food we consume and the nourishment it provides. What is mindful eating? Mindful eating involves bringing your full attention to the process of eating, using all of your senses to experience the food in the present moment. It means slowing down, savoring each bite, and noticing the flavors, textures, and aromas of the food. When we eat mindfully, we're not just feeding our bodies, but also nourishing our minds with awareness and gratitude. In contrast, eating in a hurry or while distracted, whether by our phones, television, or rushing thoughts, often leads to overconsumption, or a lack of satisfaction. By practicing mindful eating, we can fully enjoy our meals, eat in moderation, and develop a healthier relationship with food. The importance of gratitude for food. In Buddhism, gratitude is a fundamental part of mindful eating. Before meals, Buddhist practitioners often take a moment to reflect on the origins of their food. They consider all of the people, animals, and natural elements that contributed to the meal, from the farmers who grew the crops, to the rain and sunlight that nurtured them, to the individuals who prepared and served the food. By recognizing the interconnectedness of the food chain, we cultivate a deeper appreciation for the effort involved in bringing food to our plates. This gratitude transforms eating from a routine task into a mindful practice of appreciation, helping us to recognize that every meal is a gift, not to be taken for granted. Practical steps for mindful eating. Mindful eating can be practiced during any meal. Here are a few simple steps to help you turn mealtime into a mindfulness practice. Pause before you eat. Before you take your first bite, pause for a moment. You can close your eyes or simply sit quietly. Reflect on where the food came from, the people involved in its journey, and the natural resources that made it possible. Express gratitude for the nourishment it will provide. Engage all of your senses. As you begin to eat, engage all of your senses. Notice the colors, textures, and smells of the food. Pay attention to the sensation of the food as it touches your tongue and the taste that unfolds with each bite. Chew slowly and mindfully, allowing yourself to fully savor the experience. Take smaller bites and eat slowly. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to rush through meals. But eating slowly allows you to be more mindful of the flavors and textures, and it gives your body time to register fullness. Try taking smaller bites and chew each one thoroughly before moving on to the next. Eliminate distractions. Whenever possible, eat without distractions. Turn off the television, put away your phone, and focus solely on the act of eating. This undivided attention will help you appreciate your meal more deeply and prevent mindless eating. Practice gratitude during and after the meal. Throughout the meal, continue reflecting on the gratitude you feel for the food. After finishing, take a moment to silently express thanks for the nourishment it provided. This practice reinforces the idea that food is a precious resource, and by showing gratitude, we honor the effort that went into producing and preparing it. The benefits of mindful eating. Practicing mindful eating has several benefits, both physical and mental. When we eat mindfully, we tend to eat more slowly, which aids digestion and prevents overeating. We become more attuned to our body's signals of hunger and fullness, which can help us maintain a healthier diet. Mindful eating also fosters a greater sense of appreciation for the food we consume, reducing feelings of guilt or shame that sometimes accompany eating. By being present and engaged during meals, we cultivate a more positive relationship with food, one based on gratitude and mindfulness, rather than stress or distraction. Mindful eating is a simple yet profound way to practice mindfulness and gratitude in everyday life. By slowing down and bringing awareness to our meals, we can transform eating into an experience of deep appreciation for the food, the people, and the natural elements that nourish us. This practice not only enhances our physical well-being but also enriches our emotional and spiritual lives by fostering gratitude for the interconnectedness of all living beings. 8. Reflecting on your day. Gratitude journaling is a simple yet powerful practice that can shift your mindset from focusing on what's lacking to appreciating what's present in your life. In Buddhism, mindfulness and gratitude are deeply interconnected, and one of the best ways to nurture both is by reflecting on your day and documenting the moments you're thankful for. This practice not only strengthens your sense of gratitude but also brings more awareness to the positive aspects of your life, even on difficult days. Gratitude journaling is the practice of writing down things, people, or experiences you're grateful for. It can be as simple as jotting down a few sentences each day, reflecting on the moments that brought you joy, peace, or contentment. By making this a daily habit, you train your mind to seek out the good in every situation, helping to rewire your brain toward positivity and gratitude. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook the small things that make life meaningful, whether it's a kind word from a friend, a moment of quiet, or even the comfort of a warm meal. Gratitude journaling helps bring those moments into focus, encouraging you to slow down and appreciate the simple joys in life. Over time, this practice shifts your mindset. Instead of dwelling on stress or negativity, you begin to notice and appreciate the good that already exists. Even on challenging days, gratitude journaling reminds you that there's always something to be thankful for, which can increase your emotional resilience and overall sense of well-being. How to start a gratitude journal. Starting a gratitude journal is easy, and doesn't require much time. Here are a few steps to get you started. Set aside a few minutes each day. Pick a time of day that works best for you, whether it's in the morning as a way to start your day on a positive note, or in the evening as a reflection on the day's events. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Each day, write down at least 3 things you're grateful for. These can be big or small, anything from the support of a loved one to the warmth of sunlight on your skin. The key is to be specific and mindful of the details. Reflect on why you're grateful. After listing your points of gratitude, take a moment to reflect on why you're grateful for each one. This helps deepen your sense of appreciation and strengthens the connection between mindfulness and gratitude. Over time, gratitude journaling can have a profound impact on your mindset. By focusing on the positives, you retrain your brain to notice and appreciate the good in your life more easily. This practice can lead to a more optimistic outlook, reduced stress, and a deeper sense of peace and contentment. 9. The power of silence. Silence holds a sacred place in Buddhist practice, where it is not only the absence of noise but a profound tool for cultivating mindfulness and deepening self-awareness. Known as noble silence in Buddhism, the practice of silence allows us to step away from the distractions of the external world and tune into our inner experiences. In a world that is constantly filled with noise, practicing silence can be a powerful way to reconnect with ourselves and foster a greater sense of peace. What is noble silence? Noble silence refers to the intentional practice of refraining from speaking or engaging in unnecessary distractions. It is commonly practiced during meditation retreats, where practitioners observe long periods of silence, but it can also be integrated into everyday life. The idea behind noble silence is to quiet the mind and body, creating space for introspection and greater awareness of the present moment. In silence, we become more attuned to our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings. By removing the noise of conversations, screens, and external stimuli, we are left to confront our inner world. This practice encourages us to listen deeply, not only to our environment but also to ourselves. The benefits of silence. Silence offers numerous benefits for both the mind and body. It allows us to slow down, reflect, and observe without judgment. In moments of silence, we can gain clarity on our thoughts and emotions, helping us to better understand the underlying causes of stress, anxiety, or restlessness. One of the key benefits of practicing silence is that it enhances mindfulness. When we are silent, we are naturally more present, as there are fewer distractions pulling our attention away. This heightened state of awareness allows us to observe our surroundings with greater depth, noticing details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Whether it's the sound of the wind, the sensation of your breath, or the subtle movements of your body, silence creates an opportunity to experience life more fully. Silence also promotes emotional healing. In our busy lives, we often suppress or avoid difficult emotions by filling our time with distractions. But in silence, we are encouraged to sit with those emotions, observe them, and allow them to pass. This process of sitting with discomfort can lead to emotional resilience and greater self-compassion. The power of silence in meditation. In meditation, silence is not just the absence of speech, it is the gateway to deeper awareness. Silent meditation allows us to connect with our inner world without the distractions of words or sounds. As we sit in stillness, we become more aware of the thoughts and emotions that arise, and we can observe them without attachment or judgment. Practicing silence during meditation also enhances mindfulness. Without the distractions of external stimuli, we can focus more fully on the breath, body sensations, or the present moment. Over time, this practice cultivates a sense of inner calm and clarity, helping us navigate the challenges of life with greater ease. In a world that is constantly filled with noise and distractions, the practice of noble silence offers a powerful way to reconnect with ourselves and the present moment. By embracing moments of silence, we can cultivate mindfulness, deepen our self-awareness, and foster emotional resilience. Whether in meditation or daily life, silence invites us to listen more deeply and experience life with greater clarity and presence. As we conclude this journey through Buddhist meditation and life lessons, we've explored 10 powerful practices that can help cultivate mindfulness, gratitude, and inner peace. From the fundamentals of Buddhist meditation to the art of letting go, from practicing loving kindness to integrating mindfulness into everyday activities, these teachings provide timeless wisdom that can transform how we approach life. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you'll not only nurture a more mindful and peaceful mindset, but you'll also develop a deeper sense of gratitude for the simple joys that each day brings. Whether it's savoring your meals with mindful eating, taking a few moments of silence to reflect, or expressing gratitude in a journal, each of these practices can help you reconnect with the present moment, and appreciate the beauty in your life. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content on mindfulness, meditation, and personal growth. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content that can inspire and uplift others. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. What practices resonated with you the most? How will you start incorporating these lessons into your daily life? We'd love to hear about your journey toward mindfulness and gratitude. Thank you for watching, and remember, each day is an opportunity to practice mindfulness, cultivate gratitude, and embrace the present moment. We'll see you in the next video.